Good morning, everybody. So now it is time for book time, and the book that I'm reading to you, I actually own. So this is the book. Oh, backwards. This is the book that I'm going to be reading to you, and I wonder, what do you think? What do you see on the cover? First off, you see a mouse, and he's hiding behind some rocks, maybe. What is he holding? A flower, right? So the title of this book is called Fredrick, and it's written by Leo Liani. Fredrick. All along the meadow where the cows grazed and the horses ran, there was an old stone wall. In that wall, not far from the barn and the granary, a chatty family of field mice had their house. I wonder, what do you think a granary is? You think it's something on a farm? So a granary is a machine that takes stuff from the farm and makes it very, very small. So it's like the wheat, like corn. The corn goes through it and it makes it really tiny into grain. So here you see the mice, and they got, it looks like berries maybe. I wonder, what do you think they're doing? You think maybe they're collecting berries? Maybe. Let's find out. But the farmers had moved away. The barn was abandoned and the granary stood empty. And since winter was not far off, the little mice began to gather corn and nuts and wheat and straw. They all worked day and night. All except Fredrick. So this is wheat that people put in like the granary so it can get really smaller. Here they are collecting the nuts, the grain, or the wheat, sorry, the straw. And I wonder, which mice do you think is Fredrick? It says all of the mice are collecting food and stuff, all except Fredrick. You think this one's Fredrick? He is facing the other direction, right? Fredrick, why don't you work? They asked. I do work, said Fredrick. I gather sun rays for the cold, dark winter days. There's Fredrick over there gathering sun rays. And here are the other mice, field mice, gathering corn, it looks like. And when they saw Fredrick sitting there, staring at the meadow, they said, "And now, Fredrick?" "I gather colors," answered Fredrick simply, "for winter is gray." So here they are, they're still gathering nuts, and there's Fredrick looking at the meadow. And once Fredrick seemed half asleep. "Are you dreaming, Fredrick?" they asked reproachfully. But Fredrick said, "Oh no, I am gathering words, for the winter days are long and many, and we'll run out of things to say." The winter days came, And when the first snow fell, the 5 little field mice took to their hideout in the stones. Here they are, going to hide out. I wonder, who do you think that is? Fredrick? Maybe it is Fredrick. In the beginning, there was lots to eat, and the mice told stories of foolish foxes and silly cats. They were a happy family. See, they're all in their little hideout eating nuts and wheat and straw. But little by little, they had nibbled up most of the nuts and berries. The straw was gone, and the corn was only a memory. It was cold in the wall, and no one felt like chatting. Oh my goodness, look at their faces. How do you think they feel? Maybe they feel a little sad, right? Let's look at the other page. How'd they look? Oh, here they are eating all their food. Looks like they're happy and everything. And then we come over here and their home is empty and they're sad. And maybe they're hungry because they don't have any food, right? Then they remembered what Fredrick had said about sun rays and colors and words. What about your supplies, Fredrick? They asked. So now they're asking Fredrick, what about the supplies you said you're gathering? You said you're gathering sun rays. You said you're gathering words. What about them? Close your eyes, said Fredrick as he climbed on a big stone. Now I send you the rays of the sun. Do you feel how their golden glow? And as Fredrick spoke of the sun, the 4 little mice began to feel warmer. Was it Fredrick's voice? Was it magic? Look, here they are. Their eyes are closed and listening to Fredrick. And how about the colors, Fredrick? They asked anxiously. Close your eyes again, Fredrick said. And when he told them of the blue periwinkles and the red poppies and the yellow wheat and the green leaves of the berry bush, they saw the colors as clearly as if they had been painted in their minds. Here's the colors that they're seeing. And in winter, do we see bright colors like that? No, we usually really don't because winter is darker, it's colder, so we really don't usually see flowers until about like summertime, right? So they're recalling, they're remembering, and Fredrick's helping them to remember the colors of summer so they can feel warmer. And the words, Fredrick. Fredrick cleared his throat, waited a moment, and then, as if from a stage, he said, Who scatters snowflakes? Who melts the ice? Who spoils the weather? Who makes it nice? Who grows the 4-leaf clovers in June? Who dims the daylight? Who lights the moon? 4 little field mice who live in the sky. 4 little field mice like you and I. One is the spring mouse who turns on the showers. Then comes the summer who paints in the flowers. The fall mouse is next with walnuts and wheat, and winter is last with little cold feet. Aren't we lucky the seasons are 4? Think of a year with 1 less or 1 more. When Fredrick had finished, they all applauded. But Fredrick, they said, you are a poet. Fredrick blushed, took a bow, and said shyly, I know. There's Fredrick. He's blushing. So what did y'all think about Fredrick's poem? He said words that described winter and fall and spring and summer. And then he said that the field mice are responsible for it. And each of them have their own responsibilities about the different seasons that they see. So I thought this was a really interesting book that I had. And I was wondering, Fredrick was saying all these words that evoked or brought up different emotions. He said colors, and the sun brought up a warm feeling for the mice. He said used other colors to describe flowers and different things you would see during the summer. So I was wondering, what is your favorite color? And if you can draw a picture of it and telling us what emotions do you feel with that color that you're using. And don't forget to share it on Flipgrid because we would love to see your pictures and you talking to us about it.